All right, welcome to Burgers and Bourbon. We need a new name, so
whatever we're going to call it.
Whatever
right?
we're going to call it. So if you can think of a clever name, let us know. But today is all about Metallica. So actually, right before this, I was in my office,
Jamming out.
I did. I was listening to 3 or 4 songs, just kind of get pumped up to do this one. But anyway, for those of you who don't know, this is actually, and Miss Producer is going to put up the Blackened. This is one. Actually, I was going to Top Hat Liquors in St. Matthews, and there was a guy set up there on Friday night, and he was letting us taste. They were doing like a tasting there.
Oh yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, well let's get it and try it because I have not had it. Have you?
I have had this.
Okay, and
I've not
had it. Yeah. So there's one has had it, 2 has not. So that's what we're doing today is Metallica. Now I will tell you that Miss Producer is going to show up. It comes in a pretty cool black bag. But for those of you that don't know about this particular bourbon, I'll give you a little background, and Chris jump in here because we kind of had to Google it just to remind ourselves of what it is.
Yeah.
But so Metallica partnered with Willet.
Yep.
Right, and they came up with this bourbon. Now, why they call it Blackened is it is finished in
Blackened. Actually,
Black
it says it on the back there.
something staves. Black cherry staves, right?
Yeah. Well, casks.
Casks, yeah, sorry.
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that. But anyway, but the interesting thing about...
Black brandy casks.
There
That's
it is,
it.
Black
there
brandy. We just read that like 10 minutes ago. It is a Friday.
That's right.
And this is the first time we're shooting, so we should have remembered that. But the more interesting piece that I do remember is that now we have absolutely no idea if this is true. And it's more of a marketing thing than anything else.
I'm pretty sure it doesn't work, but it's cool.
Okay. However, what they do is that they take Metallica sets and they blast music at the barrels.
Which is just awesome.
Which, yeah, I mean, it is pretty cool. But anyway, we were joking around and we said, if this is like paying Barry Manilow, I mean, this is never gonna work.
No, this is not going to be good whiskey if you're playing, that. But Metallica, if there's somebody that can pull it off, that'd be the
and they say the low sound waves on their website says the low sound waves makes the wood.
Pushes it out into the wood further.
I have no idea. Whatever. It's just gimmicky.
Awesome marketing, though.
It is awesome marketing. And by the way, if you go to the website and you want a bottle, go check it out because they actually have they have what was it? They had
had several kits.
They had a rye.
Yeah.
They had a cask strength,
which I want to try.
Yeah, that's maybe we'll grab one of those.
Right.
They didn't have it at Top Hat. They just said this. That was because they just had it out. But they also have sort of gimmicky marketing things because you get like a vinyl album set.
Yeah.
There's a San Francisco Symphony, which by the way, if you haven't seen that concert, great concert.
Fantastic show.
I think he's actually gone to see the movie. They had a movie.
They ran it one time, just one night only when they released it. It was 2019. It was before the COVID thing, and my son and I went up late night.
I remember, You sat right up front.
We sat on the front row and stared straight up.
I almost feel like we should be playing some Metallica in the background right now.
I think
we're going to try. We're going to try to make
blend that in somewhere.
Yeah. So anyway, so the bottle or the bourbon brand or whatever is called Blackened. I'm a Metallica fan. I've been to a couple of their concerts, but I did not recognize the song. I actually had to Google it to see if it was in fact a song, and it is. I don't much care for the song, but it's good.
It's old school Metallica.
It is old school, and Chris and I were talking about this. So if you're not a Metallica fan, or if you are, you'll know that it's really Metallica's kind of hard, fast, in-your-face music.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? Yeah. And loud, by the way, and loud.
It doesn't sound good unless it's loud.
No, that's true. But I tell you, so what's your favorite Metallica song?
Oh, my favorite Metallica song's got to be One.
Okay.
That is like the greatest heavy metal song ever.
Okay. You don't really have one. You're not a Metallica fan.
I mean, they're okay.
Oh, so they're not okay. So if they see it, they're not sending you a bottle.
We'll We'll see
if the bourbon tastes better than.
But you know what? It's hard to narrow it down. If you're a Metallica fan, there's so many. Great
there are. Mine's Whiskey in a Jar. By far, one of my favorite songs. But it's one that not that many people heard of.
That's a cover.
I know, but it's just not their.
It's a great tune, though.
But I love that. I just love that song. But anyway, and there's all the others too. I mean, there's plenty of them.
And we did find out. I had heard the song Blackened before, but it's been a long time because it was not a big single.
Right.
And it was on the On Justice for All album. If Miss Producer hadn't already put that up there, so
that's right. Yeah.
If you want to learn a little bit more about the music that this comes from. There you go. That's where you look for it.
Yeah, so let's taste it. The smell's pretty good. By the way, it's
Yeah.
only 90 proof, so it's not going to be as hard as the one we had last 2 weeks ago.
It does smell pretty good.
Yeah.
No, it's pretty good. And I know it's not, I haven't even tasted it yet, but I know it's not that bad because Miss Producer just tasted it and she didn't get the shimmy shake like she had the last time.
She's nodding like she likes it.
Yeah,
All
well, I don't know
right.
that she likes it, but I don't know if she likes it. But I just don't think it's as hard as it was the other day. 'Cause
It
that last
smells
one was tough.
The smell on this is heavy caramel.
It does have a.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what kind of a taste that is, though. Because it's not. It doesn't have that much of a bite on the back end. But
There's, I tell you what, there's not a whole lot of taste to it, really.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's taste, but
It's not complex. It's
no,
very
it's,
simple.
No, yeah, it's yeah.
Now I'm just now getting some vanilla. You know what I mean? So there's a little bit going on here.
It says you can look at the flavoring on there. It says what burnt, caramel.
It said burnt caramel. I
Yeah.
can smell that, but I couldn't taste
I
it.
can't. Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
don't know.
don't really get a distinct taste that I can. Like usually, I can taste like it's charred or smoky
Yeah.
or sweet or you can.
I don't know, man. This is it's got a decent flavor. I just can't pin what it is. Oh, is that Ryan?
Yeah, it's not a.
Yeah,
It's not.
flag him in here.
Our guest for our next show coming in?
Yeah,
All
see
right.
if he's in there. Anyway, it's
I
just
think he's going to go back maybe.
okay. It's just an interesting flavor. I can't put words to it, right? It's I don't know, it's just really interesting. Anyway, Chris stepped out because we're getting our next guest in. He's probably gonna make an appearance here.
Yeah, he's going to stick his
What's up?
head in. Come on in.
Yeah, jump in here.
Jump in. Just
We don't have a
just wave at
glass
the
for him,
camera.
but we don't have a glass for him. But anyway, we'll have him try it after we get out of here.
Yeah.
But
Special guest for
so
the
we're
next show.
doing Metallica's bourbon.
Yeah,
Blackened.
Blackened.
Yeah,
Very nice.
it's interesting. We're just now tasting it.
So you've had it then?
I've not. I've
No?
Okay.
Well, we'll definitely have to let you try that one.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't.
I'm thinking when I put the ice cube in this, it's going to water it down too much. Because the flavor is not, it tastes good, but there's not a lot of flavor.
So you know the whole story behind this bourbon, right? They make it and then they put their sound to it or whatever, supposed to change the flavoring. We're not so sure that actually works, but
Awesome.
It's great marketing.
it is great marketing. Yeah, that's exactly right. That's exactly right. Yeah, I tell you what, this is one. So, as we do every week, we talk about how we drink our bourbon and then sort of the steps that we take to kind of determine how we like it. So, number one, as you guys know, I always drink it neat first and get the flavoring, and then I'll put one piece of ice in there just to kind of chill it out. And to Chris's point, I put one piece of ice in there, and now it's lost all of its flavoring.
Yeah.
Like it almost doesn't taste like anything. now.
I'm actually getting more caramel now than what I did.
Yeah.
But the vanilla's gone.
Yeah,
It's just a little too simple for my taste. There's not enough.
I agree with you on the caramel. I mean,
Yeah.
I can taste that a little more, but I still don't. There's not a distinct flavor that kind of stands out.
I'm going to stick to neat on this one.
yeah. This is and by the way, this is like $50 some odd dollars, something like that. I actually bought two at the same time, so I'm not sure exactly how much either one of them were. But I'm gonna guess they're sort of in that same price range, and we'll do the one I bought. We'll do it in here in a couple of weeks because we're doing a really cool one next week.
Yeah.
That's why we have our guest here, which that's all
We
him.
have a
So we'll
guest
let him-
speaker.
We'll,
Yeah.
we'll let him talk about that. But anyway, let's rate it.
Yeah.
This is a tough one.
I'm gonna go with probably right in line with where I see the band is probably about a number 4 on a 10 scale. So
Wow. That hurt. That,
Oh
man,
wow!
that was,
Yeah,
that
I
was
didn't know you were going to
great.
go there.
I don't
Center
know.
mass.
Honestly, I mean, it's not hard to drink. It's just not.
Yeah.
I just don't like. There's not a lot of flavor to it, and I just don't. Maybe there's something wrong with me, but
Yeah.
I don't taste it. So
Yeah,
number 4.
Yeah, so that's tough. I actually really like the band. I've been to see them several times in concert, and love their concerts. Although I will say that the only part about their concerts that I have struggled with is sometimes they'll play like new stuff, and I don't listen to a lot of their new stuff. I'm more their old stuff, and I'm just like, oh, okay, this is just a bunch of hard riffing up there, and I don't get into that music. But then when they play their stuff, I know I'm like, oh, this is it's worth going.
What are you gonna give it?
So I'm gonna go 6 only, but I have to drink it neat. I don't like it chilled. I don't like it watered down at all because there's really just no flavoring to me. It's just like the flavoring's disappeared. So I'd say 6, but again, at $50 to me, there's a lot of other bourbons that are in that $40-$50 price range that are more flavorful. However, it is cool. It is a Metallica brand, which is kind of cool. So I'd buy it just for that. But I may buy all the bottles just to have them. But as far as drinking it or whatever, I don't know. I'm more suspect on that one.
I'm gonna give this a couple of scores. I don't care for this with ice or water in it. This needs to be neat. But based on the reaction that Miss Producer had, it's smooth enough that if you've got a newbie, this is not a bad one to start with because it's not overpowering. It's not so hot that you don't like it. So I'm going to go on the whiskey itself a 5, but because it's Metallica, it's a 7.5. Because I like all of their stuff.
Yeah, he's a huge Metallica
that's my band. So
yeah. We were just rocking it out here in the office.
I see it happening later on today. It'll get a little loud in the office.
I think I don't know how many I played, but I played 2 or 3 songs. But anyway. All YouTubed it. But anyway, all right, so that's it for this week. It is Blackened by Metallica. Try it. It's good, but it's not, there's
it's not great.
Yeah, it's not great, but, again, it is what it is. It's kind of Metallica, and that's what you're sort of buying it for. So anyway, that's it for this week. Make sure you tune in next week so we let that guy over there talk about what he's here for. Yeah, because he will be center stage, not us. We're going to sort of take a sidestep and let him run the show. But anyway, that's it for this week. And any final thoughts about Metallica? Mm-hmm. No, other than
great marketing, good packaging. I mean, they hit all of that out of the park. I'd like to try this again if it were 3 or 4 years older. I think this would be good.
And you also want to try the rye, right?
Yes, I do want to try it.
Yeah. Okay. All
right, and I want to try the cask strength. That might
the cask strength. That's what. Yeah,
that might make a big difference.
Yeah.
So.
All right, maybe we'll get those and try them at some of the point. But anyway, that's it for another week. Make sure you tune in next week. Again, we have a guest here, and we're going to talk about a real fancy bourbon next week. So actually, we're doing it here in about 5 minutes. But we'll post it next week. Anyway, have a good week, everybody.